Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Giomini wanted to come to you with the first 4 questions, or 11 questions total. I'm going to break it up into smaller chunks this time for the review. This is the first 4 questions of the Topic 5 online. It's post-test. We're going to call it a practice test, but I'm not going to count it for a grade. Now, hopefully, you're not feeling unprepared. So once you're done with this, hopefully, online little video, you'll feel prepared. So we're going to cross out that unprepared, hopefully, and we'll be feeling prepared. Especially more so, these first 4 questions really deal with the first, let's say, quarter of the first 25% of the lessons in Topic 5. So let's take a look. It says a middle school band has a boy-to-girl ratio of 4:7. Which of the following ratios is equivalent to this ratio? Okay, a couple things here. I notice we're doing a boy-to-girl ratio. Meaning, if I were to write the ratio like this, I like to write it kind of a top term and a bottom term. We have 4 boys and we have 7 girls. Reminds me of a fraction, but again, these are terms. Now, the first one says here 14 boys to 17 girls. So I'm going to write this here, 14 to 17. Remember, we want to make an equivalent ratio. We talked about either using multiplication or division to make equivalent ratios. Well, I cannot think of a term or a factor that I can multiply 4 by to get 14. Cannot think of a factor that's the same to get 17. So I'm going to erase this. It's not going to be choice A. The next one is 16 to 28. 16 boys to 28 girls. Now again, I'm thinking of equivalent. So what did I multiply the 4 by to get 16? I multiplied it by the factor of 4. I must multiply that same factor here, so times 4. Hey, is 7 times 4 28? Yes, this would work. All right, this would work. Now, I'm going to go through the other answers just in case, because sometimes it says here, select which of the following ratios. So I don't know if there's one answer possibly right or 2. So I'm going to go back to boys to girls. I already know that A does work, or excuse me, B does work. Boys to girls, I'm going to rewrite 4 to 7 again. Let's go to the second one now. They say 20 to 36. All right. Now, again, I'm thinking, what did I multiply 4 by to get 20? Well, that's times by 5. Well, I ask myself, is 7 times 5 35? No, this does not equal 36. So this would not be an equivalent ratio to 4 to 7. I'll finally try the last one here. Again, boys 4, girls 7. We have 36 boys, excuse me. We have 56 girls. I ask myself, what factor times 4 gives me 36? Times by 9. 9 times 4 does indeed equal 36. 7 times 9. Well, 7 times 9 does not equal 56, so this would not be an equivalent ratio to 4 to 7. So the only correct answer here would be B, 16 to 28 girls. Again, I am finding the factors, and I must, whatever factor I use for the top term, I must use for the bottom term. Or factor I use for the bottom term, I must use for the top term. All right? Let's take a look at the second question. Steve uses 14 blue beads and 6 green beads to make a bracelet. Which ratio compares the number of blue beads to total number of beads in one bracelet? Okay, we talked about part-to-part ratios. We've also talked about part to whole, or the flip of that is whole to part. Here, they're talking about blue beads to, there's my ratio, blue to total. So this is a part to whole, or a part to total ratio. Okay, number of blue beads. Well, we could see that we have 14 blue beads. So there's the part to the total number of beads used to make one. Well, if I have 14 blue plus the 6 green, 14 plus 6 gives me 20. My ratio would be a 14 to 20 ratio. So 14 to 20 would be the correct answer. It says which ratio, not which ratios. So there's only one correct answer. All right. Let's take a look now at this one. Now, I'm going to do the work here. I'm going to go back to the website just to do a little drop and drag so you get an idea. At a tournament, the bowling league is providing 160 sandwiches for its members. 160 sandwiches for its members. The table shows the number of different types of sandwiches that were ordered. The ratio of turkey to roast beef is 5 to 3. Drag the numbers to complete the table. Well, first off, we know we have 160, so 80 is already half of the sandwiches. I know that these three add-ins, when I add them together, must give me 160. So 80 plus something must give me 160. That's a good place to start. Now, it says the ratio of turkey to roast beef is 5 to 3. So we have 80 total. Well, the ratio is 5 to 3, and that's with roast beef, 5 to 3. These must be equivalent ratios. Now, what did I do to 5 to make it 80? Well, I must have multiplied. I don't know off the top of my head what times 5 gives me 80. I do know that 5 is a factor of 80 because 80 ends with a 0, and 5 is a factor of all numbers that end in 0, all whole numbers. So let's take a look here. 5 goes into 8 once. That gives me 5. I subtract. That's 3. Bring down that 0. 5 goes into 30 6 times. So we have 1 time, or 6 times 5 is 30. Hey, there we go. 16 times 5 gives me 80, so I multiplied this by 16. Remember, just like the previous problem, whatever I multiply the top term by, I must multiply the bottom term by. So now I have to go, hey, what is 16 times 3? 16 times 3 will give me 48. So what I would do is I would drag the 48 right here. Now, if I'd like to, I have 48 roast beef, 80 turkey. Let's combine to see how many sandwiches you have. So you have 80 plus the 48. That gives me 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. I have 128 sandwiches out of a possible of 160. To find the difference between these two, to figure out how much vegetarian I have 60 minus 128. That's a 10. This becomes the 5, or better yet, I think of 128 is close to 130. 130 is 30 away from 160 plus an additional 2. That should give me an answer of 32. So I would drop and drag the 32 right here. Hope that helps make sense with that question. I'm not going to go back to the video for this one, or the original Pearson Online. I think you get an idea for that. Let's look at the next one. Main Street Auto Leasing, or Main Street Auto Leasing has a ratio of cars to trucks that is 9 to 4. Okay, so I'm going cars to trucks, 9 to 4. If Main Street Auto Leasing only leases cars and trucks, what is the ratio of cars to, there's that word to, I'll put the little colon there, to total? Hey, this is a number part that are cars to total or whole. Well, how many cars do we have? We have 9 cars. How many total vehicles do I have? So again, I have 9 cars. Car, 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 car. There's 9. Truck, 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 truck. 9 cars, 4 trucks. If I want to find how many total vehicles I have, I combine those. I have a ratio of 9 to 13. So there we have 9 to 13. Okay? Let's take a look at the next part of this question. We have a part B. Airport auto leasing. So we have Main Street auto leasing. We have Main Street and we have airport. Now again, going back to my Main Street, the ratio of cars to trucks was 9 to 4. Here, this airport auto leasing has a ratio of cars to trucks of 5 to 3. So they have a ratio of 5 to 3. If each leasing center has 24 trucks, oh, wait a minute, what number is what now? Oh, top term is cars, bottom term is trucks. Now, each place has 24 trucks, so we have to find equivalent ratio. So you have 24 trucks now, and guess what? You have 24 trucks now. All right, now, if each leasing center has 24 trucks, which auto leasing company has more cars? All right, goes back to 2 of the problems we've already done. What did I multiply this term by to get 24? 4 times what other factor gives me 24? 4 times 6. Whenever I multiply the bottom term by, I multiply the top term in this by. 9 times 6 is 54. So Main Street Auto Leasing has, this is a drop down, has 54 cars. Let's go here. Excuse me. Airport Auto Leasing. What factor times 3 gives you 24? It's times by 8. Multiply the top term by 8. 5 times 8 is 40. How many cars does Airport Auto Leasing have? They have 40. So that means which auto leasing company has more cars? Well, that would be Main Street Auto Leasing has more. Okay, I think that's 4 problems. We double check to see if I haven't done any more. I am done for today. I'll come at you with some more parts of this online practice test later on this week. Hope this helps you out in preparation for the Topic 5 post test. Take care.